all right, the light's not on yet. Welcome, today is Wednesday, June 8th. Welcome to the Oakland Mayor and Council meeting. Roll call.
Mayor Schwager.
Here.
Councilman Kamala.
Here.
Councilman McCann. Councilman
Is he
Pignatelli.
Here.
everybody know if he's coming or if he's absent?
No, he's up in Boston and doing a deposition or
All right,
brief,
so he's
or
absent.
whatever you call those things.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Here.
Councilman Saliani.
Here.
Councilman Sosinski.
Here.
Councilman Talamini.
Here.
I move to excuse Councilman McCann.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Please stand, salute to the flag, remain standing for a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You could be seated. This is perfect segue. Our assemblyman walked in. I mean, we weren't, a moment of silence wasn't, it's just perfect.
Good evening.
So we're going to change, well, I'll read this first. Meeting announcement. This meeting is being held in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Law. Sorry, turn on. Meeting announcement. This meeting is being held in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Law, duly announced, advertised, and posted in the municipal building. The meeting will adjourn at 10 p.m. unless a majority of the council members that are present vote to extend the time. And my mayor's report is as follows. A lot of exciting things happening in Oakland within the next week or so. The first thing is this coming weekend. It's called Arts Amble. I'm sure you've seen this around town. It's 20 towns within Bergen County. And in Oakland, we will be starting on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And Friday night is our very own resident Amanda Macefield will be singing. There'll be music. There will be art displays, crafts, photography, demonstrations. It's going to be in the library, Veterans Park, on the patio of the library, and in the municipal lot. So it should be an exciting weekend, and I think in Oakland it starts on Friday at
5 p.m.
5 p.m. and then it's all day Saturday and all day Sunday. And it's sponsored by Creative Bergen. And it is called Arts Amble. Like I said, there are 20 towns. If you're not going to be in Oakland, you're going to be in one of the other towns. They will be having activities also for the arts. And then next week, starting on Wednesday, June 15th, is our annual carnival. And on Saturday, thank you to the group of Access for All, your volunteers who have helped. And on Saturday, it's going to start an hour earlier for those involved with Access for All and those with special needs. You will need a special wristband. The rides will be slower. There'll be less lights, less music. Very exciting. That will be at 4 o'clock on Saturday. The rest of the carnival will open at 5 o'clock on Saturday. And it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. There are rumors going around that the green team is the one who said no fireworks. Not true. The mayor and council said no fireworks. Not true. The bottom line is, public events was advised by the police department that it is too much of a hassle with the carnival and the people, and for safety reasons, not to have the fireworks at the time of the carnival. But they are trying to work a time during the year when we can have fireworks. So it's not as if fireworks are totally canceled, they're just not going to be at the carnival. And a big, big thank you for last Saturday. The Rec Commission worked with the Chamber of Commerce, worked with public events, DPW helped out, the firemen with their police, first aid volunteers. It was the annual call, it's called Fever Pitch. The boys and girls, baseball and softball, had a parade, ended up at the rec field. It was wonderful. After the parade, they all gathered at the rec field, and there were blow-up rides, there was food, There was bags giving out goodies, hot dogs, cotton candy, water. It was just a fun thing to see. After 2 years that we're all together at the rec field, it was just a wonderful, wonderful day. So thank you to all the volunteers who helped set that up. And with that, I will entertain a motion to open to the public.
So moved? Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone wish to speak? Motion to close.
Motion? Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Let us deviate from the agenda because I know there's something up at the high school. I think they have to get up to the high school. And you have, I think, an executive meeting at the American Legion, right?
Yes.
You just said. So we have a special guest, our Assemblyman.
Thank you, Mayor.
Oh, you know I was talking about you. Since you're the only Assemblyman here, yes. Thank you for coming, Assemblyman Orth. And before you speak, let me just say how proud we are to have 3 graduating seniors from Oakland going into the armed forces. And what's really exciting, I thought this was really great, it's 1 for the Air Force, 1 for the Army, and 1 for the Marines.
What
So
happened to the Navy?
Oh, that would be the 4th.
Someday.
You were in the Navy?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were, I'm sorry, I thought you were a Marine.
Well, we
thought you were a Marine.
we help the Marines.
Come, you were going to start.
Take a drop.
We'll start, and then Assemblyman will come up. I'll take my seat and give you the floor.
Quite all right, Mayor, we can do it together.
So, Councilman Pignatelli from the American Legion was in the armed forces. I just found out he was in the Navy. All this time I thought he was in the Marines. But the first certificate, and congratulations, goes to Kennedy Slowicki, who's going into the Air Force. And is he here? Is Kennedy here? Oh, I'm sorry. Kennedy, congratulations.
Congratulations.
And it says, congratulations on joining the Air Force and being part of a proud American tradition. Our great nation relies on young men and women like you for its security. The commitment you have made is deeply appreciated by the Oakland community. Defending our democracy is a noble calling, and you deserve our deepest gratitude. And we thank you. Isn't that terrible? I just assumed.
Gender.
Gender, yes. And I'm very proud of you going, thank you. You could do the next one. Edwin Mcdermott.
Yes, for Edwin Mcdermott. Congratulations on joining the Army and being part of a proud American tradition. Our great nation relies on young men and women like you for its security. The commitment you have made is deeply appreciated by the Oakland community. Defending our democracy is a noble calling, and you deserve our deepest gratitude. Mayor Linda H. Schwager and the Borough Council thank you for your service to our country and its citizens and extend best wishes for a successful career in the military. Congratulations. I'd just like to say, I was in the military, I was in the Navy. I think it helps you to become a good citizen, a good member of our community of the United States, and it just benefited me in so many ways. I didn't realize it when I went in, but after I got out, I realized what a benefit it's been to me, especially making me proud to be an American.
And now we have our Marine, Anthony Lamone. Wow, wow.
Anthony Mamone, congratulations on joining the Marine Corps and being part of a proud American tradition. Our great nation relies on young men and women like you for its security. The commitment you have made is deeply appreciated by the Oakland community. Defending our democracy is a noble calling, and you deserve our deepest gratitude. Mayor Linda H. Schwager and the Borough Council thank you for your service to our country and its citizens, and extends best wishes for a successful career in the military. Congratulations.
And not just that, and you'll keep us informed.
Yes, I will.
Yes.
Thank you.
Good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
Get a picture already?
Yes, I did. Thank you.
And now we have Assemblyman.
Going to have the Marine Court come up and do the presentation? No?
That's okay.
He has a presentation.
Oh, just the Marines.
Yes.
He's a Marine, yeah.
Oh, I didn't, okay.
That's all right.
That might go to a Marine.
No. Maybe.
As comment of the local Marine Corps League 744, we want to thank you for your fulfilling an obligation that most men your age would not do. And serving for the pride of your country and for the local town, it's a great honor. And the citizens here, we want to extend our best wishes for a successful career and wish you gung-ho in the Marine Corps. Thank you.
Thank you for your service.
All right.
And now it's not working. He's so patient.
Well, gentlemen, if you'd come up for a second. And I'm sorry Kennedy's not here. She went into the Air Force. I'm a pilot, so I got a deep admiration for anybody who fools around with airplanes. Guys, I just want to tell you, first of all, I want to thank you for the commitment you're making. It's obviously going to be a life changer. There's all sorts of things you're going to learn that, as Councilman Pigmatelli said, you'll keep with you for the rest of your life. And we are extremely grateful. But I'm going to say one other thing. I am hopefully and praying fervently that you never see any action, that your tour of duty is a total time of peace for the United States, because I don't want to see you in harm's way, honestly. But unfortunately, the way human beings are constructed in life, it seems to be the way we're doing things until we figure out how to turn swords into plowshares, which I hope happens someday. But until such time that's the case, we have to be vigilant and on guard, and I guess in that movie, watch the wall, so to speak. So again, we thank you so much. I want to make a small presentation. This is hardly anything. We first of all hope that you're going to keep in touch with us and let us know how you're doing. And if there's any issues, Phil will give you a card. He's our chief of staff. If something comes up, you need our help, let us know. You're not in it alone, okay? So Anthony is, congratulations. A long history of folks in the military, I noticed. It was,
Yeah, I have a couple of cousins and uncles.
well, you're following in great footsteps, and we thank you very much for that. And then we... same thing to you. The Army's gonna a few good men, and you're gonna be one of them. We thank you very much for your taking the time to give of yourself to your country, and we're so proud of you both for doing that. And I'm gonna hope, are you gonna see Kennedy? You guys know her?
I don't really know her.
No? And then I'm gonna leave this with you, Mayor. Okay.
We'll
For Kennedy, and we hope she's careful. Those airplanes are pretty tricky, and you know, those. You got to be very, very careful, but I'm sure she'll do fine. Maybe she'll be on an aircraft carrier or something. It'd be pretty wild. And, oh, okay, a picture of you fine young men. Thank you. Best of luck, guys. And thank you so much. Thank you.
Everybody's welcome to stay, but some of you I know will be leaving. But you are welcome to stay. At this time, we have minutes from the May 25th, 2022 meeting.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Councilman Kamala?
Yes.
Councilman McCann? Councilman Pigmatelli? Councilman
Yes.
Saliani?
Yes.
Councilman Sasinski?
Yes.
Councilman Talamini?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Bye, Assemblyman.
Thank you so much for your...
Thank you for coming. Appreciate it. Thank you.
And we have a citizen leadership forum for the vacancy in the Shade Tree Commission and the mayor's appointment. So the vacancy is going to be Kim Bomer. Thank you for your service, and come to Borough Hall to get all the information and swearing in. Thank you. All right, special public hearing to adopt pre-qualification regulations for the river restoration general contractors. So to have a public hearing. Is the motion to open to the public?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Mayor, I guess just maybe someone should briefly describe, whether it's John or Rich, what's being done.
Sure. So this project in particular involves improvements to the Round River, stream bank improvements, habitat improvement, removing shoals and debris from a reach of the river from approximately the railroad trestle up to the Mawa border in select areas. Due to the specialized nature of the work, we felt it best, given the particular requirements that we want bidders to have, to pre-qualify them prior to doing the bid process. That is highly structured under the local public contracts law. So these pre-qualification standards have received preliminary approval from the state. They now go before you for public hearing and then adoption of the standards, final approval from the state, and then we can engage in the process of qualifying bidders and going out to bid.
So there could be other bidders for this other than?
Oh, we hope we'll have several that,
Okay.
respond and are ultimately deemed to be qualified to bid, yes.
So this is not specifically for one bidder? This is?
No, this is just to establish a set of standards that all bidders must meet.
And I guess, who's going to review their qualifications for?
They'll be reviewed by myself, by Nick Agnoli, by the Flood Commission, the entire team, and then we'll go through that process that way.
So hopefully this will be someone who has done similar work before, I would imagine.
There are experience qualifications in the standards. Yes.
Oh,
We're
good.
very lucky tonight. We have the chairman of our flood commission, so maybe you should come up so that everybody can hear you. You have to give your name and address. But we all know who you are, but name and
Levy,
address.
112 Lakeview Terrace in Oakland. Pat, to answer your question, we have to get bidders who have had experience working in the water,
Good.
who've had experience acquiring and successfully getting New Jersey DEP contracts to work on the wet. We've got people, we're going to request people that have some sort of biological experience, because we've got an endangered species called the eastern lamp mussel, which
I know. It's just that,
you
and
can't eat them, but-
the reason I'm asking has been years since this process first started, right? 3 years, 4 years?
oh
No,
God,
longer
no,
than that, Pat.
it was more than that. And the last 2 years were obviously
Correct.
COVID related.
Okay, all right.
Prior to that, we all know what went on.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
we're not going to go back.
We didn't want to have that. We wanted to avoid
Sure.
getting into that situation
Sure,
again.
sure.
So we came up with, what does the ideal contractor need to have, number one, and then we went with,
Good.
sat with Rich and developed what's allowable. We also work with the Meadowlands Commission because they do these specialized bids. So their attorney, we did over through emails and over the phone and got what they do, because they seem to be able to do very specialized bids. And then Rich guided us through the DCA, which was the agency that reviewed the specs that we did.
So there will be professionals other than in the business of doing the construction, reviewing it to make sure it's appropriate the way they want to do it.
Well, the review by the professionals is actually the New Jersey DEP. So in order to do this project, and if you remember way back when, we had a company called Dresner Robbins do a drone flyover in order to get us an as-is model of what the river is and what the conditions are. Using that, we developed a plan, which we brought to New Jersey DEP. We got their blessing. They made some suggestions. Again, there's certain things we wanted to do in the channel. They told us that those we can't do because of the endangered species. But they said these are the things you can do. So we revised, went back down, and so far we are in copacetic with the DEP.
And what
So
is
the
the
flood commission will be involved this time.
What is
Yes.
the ultimate goal? I know, if I recall, it's basically to help prevent erosion of the banks, but I'm sure there's other.
Well, the idea is to put, in a nutshell, is to put the river back into a healthy state. It's not healthy.
Okay.
We've got severe bank
Shoal,
erosion. We've got what's called shoaling.
Shoal, yeah.
The area in between 287 and West Oakland Avenue, that's got its own zip code now. And the problem is that when you have those kinds of things, you take this channel that's 50 feet wide, in essence you make it 8 feet wide, and as Roy liked to call it, the Venturi effect. you take this water and you squeeze it in, it moves faster. And that causes the bank over on the oh God,
That's what happens when you get
the restaurant. Yeah, I know.
Segovia?
On the Segovia side of the bank, that starts to erode even during low flow. So the idea of doing a restoration is you restore the banks, you restore the flows, make them as uniform as possible, so that during low flows and during marginal flows, the banks stay stable.
Right.
We get a bad one, we get a bad one.
So there may be
It's like
some,
what we did to Alman Brook. We put
And the important
stones
thing
down.
is,
right.
Yeah.
the important thing is, as I've always told my kids when they were growing up, you make mistakes, you should learn from your mistakes. I think we've all learned.
Well, I
prior
mean, look,
mistakes,
whatever
honestly.
happened, happened. This is
That's
just,
right, so now we're going forward, and we're all gonna work together,
we,
and it's going to be done right.
we as a, we as a borough, you, me, we've all budgeted a great deal of money for this and spent a good portion of it already.
So there will be areas that'll be widened?
No, we cannot change the profile of the river. That's,
I see.
they would send down the New Jersey DEP SWAT team for that.
No, we
No,
don't
you said
want
it
to.
narrowed down. I thought.
No, what I'm saying
You
is,
said
if-
restore it to its natural flow.
right now, right, you look at, like I say, if you go across West Oakland and you look upriver
Yes,
towards 287.
yes,
There's a huge island, it's a shoal.
yes, yeah.
Because that is there during low and moderate flows. All the water that comes down underneath the bridge is then forced
Wow,
over
yeah.
onto the,
So that could be removed maybe?
oh, that will be removed.
Okay.
No, that's
That-
going to be removed.
okay.
We're going to restore that bank as part of this project because it does impact the river down there. Rich, you don't have a problem if we talk about what we're going to do with soccer field drain?
No, I don't think so, but is that, I'm just gonna ask, because this is actually supposed to be on the pre-qualification standards themselves, so I don't know how much council wants to get into the nitty-gritty
I know,
of the
Pat's
project
asking,
itself,
so
Well, if anybody is interested on looking at the project and reviewing the general notice, you can always come to me.
Pat, you can give me a call, I'll explain it.
Yeah, and what do we do with this shoal fill? Where does it go? The contractor?
We're
just
gonna,
take
no,
it?
we're gonna use some of it to restore the embankments that are there. It's-
Oh, good, okay.
It's what we did when we did Alman Brook. We took all
Yes.
the river rock that we took from the middle of the channel, and we used that to create the gabions.
Okay, good.
So,
Mr. Cruz, just a question. When is it, by the time the bidding process, everything else like that, when do you expect to shovel in the ground on this project?
probably sometime in the fall, and it's going to be, I know that there are certain times where we're supposed to not be in the river due to habitat restrictions.
well, it's
and,
water,
you know,
it's
like-
water temperature, so
Water temperature.
usually it's somewhere around October 15th, give or take, that the DEP says you can't be in the water. About 3 or 4 years ago, when we did the mussel study, they did let us go in there a little later because the flow rates were way down. So there was no, I guess we didn't have any snow or rain, so they let us go in there, as long as the flow rates were below like 2 feet per minute or something.
So this will start in the fall then? And I question, how long do you expect this project to take from start to completion?
Assuming that there's no rain, no high, because we get rain, we get a high flow, we have to stop.
It's hurricane season until November 1st.
And they
Well-
said it could be severe this year.
I mean, if it's a perfect weather and everything, how long does a project like this take?
A few weeks maybe.
Okay. So
It's not a major, and we're gonna really do our best to minimize any disturbance in town. We've got some, egress and points in the river that are, I don't think gonna bother anybody. Down here by the rec field, on Lake Shore, up by Bill, Bill Wolford's house? We've got a spot to go in over there. On the end of Saratoga, there's public land now because,
These are right of ways or whatever.
well, it's all borough-owned property. The property below Bill Wolford's house on Lake Shore, that's all borough-owned. Obviously, the rec field's borough-owned. At the end of Saratoga, there was the woman that
The house, yes.
got her house bought out on a buyout. So that's municipal property.
Do we have to notify anybody about this?
I don't believe so, Rich, do we? I mean, we're not, again, as a courtesy, we will.
That's what I'm thinking.
We're gonna be minimally invasive. We're not going in there with massive equipment.
Okay, all right.
Remember the stuff that you saw, the equipment we used at
Sure,
Allen
Allen Brook, yes.
Small excavator,
Yeah, that-
rubberized tracks,
Okay.
that's what we're gonna use.
Just that some people get nervous when they see machines
I know.
going past their property.
But
So
we'll-
as a courtesy, I think we should.
Yeah, no, well, like I said, Bill Warford knows what's going on because, well, it's
I
going
know.
to his house.
Yes.
And we'll go down to Saratoga for that, let
Good.
everybody know.
In the parade, they had an amphibious vehicle. Maybe they'll let you.
Yeah, I talked around the.
Actually, remember the guy from Earthworks? He had that crazy dump truck that went in the water and spun around. That was nice.
Thank you for
Thank
your,
you. Thank you.
for your
Anything else?
information.
Yep.
Everybody's always welcome to go to the flood commission meetings, and I know there's some openings. There is
There
an
are, we need a
opening.
couple members. All right, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
Good to see you.
Oh, well, thank you, Mayor, you too. See you later.
So now we have a public hearing, a close to the close. Thank you, see, it's getting like Lisa. Motion to close.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Now we have a public hearing to adopt pre-qualification regulations for Van Allen House Phase 2 interior improvement contractors. Rich, you want to just give a very brief?
Sure. So this is meant to be for the second phase of the interior renovations to the Van Allen House. This is backed in part by historic preservation grants, and it's a follow-on to Phase 1, which we accomplished last year. Once this project is done, the work on the structure of the Van Allen House itself will be complete, and pre-qualification standards are required for historic preservation projects. So this is something that we need to do in order to meet the grant requirements and the state requirements as well.
So at this time, motion to open to the public for the public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone wish to speak? No one wishes to speak?
Motion to close.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Once again, it's a notice for the historic restoration and the pre-qualifications. I have the packet. If anybody wants it, they can always come and get it from me. I will make a copy. And now we have resolutions. All these items have been discussed, and if there's any you wish to pull out, you'll let me know. Now, 185 we're doing,
Yes.
so it's 189, which one? 189 is out. Okay.
89.
22-181, authorize accrued time payout for Lisa Duncan, who was our borough clerk. She had a total sum of $23,402.21, 162.5 hours vacation time, 278 hours of sick time, and 14 hours of personal time. No compensatory time, and the CFO has certified that funds are available. 22-182 is the applications for renewal from the plenary retail consumption licenses for liquor licenses. And applicants have deposited the required fee of $2,000 for said licenses, and club licenses are $150. The names of the licenses are Long Hill Liquors, Treehouse Hospitality, Ansel's Bar and Grill, Sancino Restaurant, Fabiano Inc., known as Portobello, Valley Spirits, Oakland Wine and Liquor, G&H Restaurant, Oakland Diner, Elks Lodge, BPO, PCJJ LLC, that's W's, Ruger's Restaurant, Holiday Spirits, Segovia, Prime, and Bruno Fortuna, which is Portobello. And for the club, it is Knights of Columbus, which is 22-183, and American Legion. So I have a question on that. Why is Elks 2,000 and the other clubs are 150? It's listed as 2,000. All right, let's pull these out. 182, we'll come back to that, and 183. 22-184 is a co-sponsorship agreement with the Carnival, and it is a co-sponsorship with Brown Paul Bergen Animal Refuge Inc., Ribery, and we need this as a 401c3. 22-185 is a resolution directing the planning board to develop architectural standards for downtown Oakland, and I'm asking for that to be pulled out. 22-186, resolution adopting pre-qualification regulations in connection with bids for the Round Paw River restoration, and you heard the discussion earlier with former Councilman Lou Levy. 22-187 is resolution adopting pre-qualification regulations in connection with bids for the Ben Allen House Phase 2 interior improvement contractors. 22-188 is a water bid for the Great Oak Park Band Shell project, and the Wood Triplex Industries, 933 Route 9 North and South Amboy, had the lowest responsive and responsible bid of $123,500. CFO has certified funds are available. 22-189 has been pulled. 22-190 is to authorize the New Jersey Department of Transportation FY23 municipal grant application. 22-191 is authorized refund of recreation fees to the Amos family, 296 Rampart Valley Road in Oakland, $450 summer camp. 22-192 is to authorize estimated tax bills. And the tax collector is authorized to direct to prepare and timely issue estimated tax bills for the Borough of Oakland for the third quarter installment of the 2022 taxes, because it may not be the exact determination to complete the mailing and delivery of tax bills by June 14th. 22-193 is Chapter 159, Department of Community Affairs Local Recreation Improvement Grant for Great Oak Park Band Shell Project. The borough has been awarded a Department of Community Affairs grant in the amount of $40,000 for the purpose of local recreation improvements and wishes to amend the 2022 budget to include this amount as a revenue. 22-194 is authorized deduction change order for Grandview Avenue and Mountain View Water Main Project. It is an as-built quantities minus $19,680.90 deduction. 22-195 is authorized change order for Doty Road and Lakeview Terrace Water Main Project. The change order is for $14,705.21. Of those that I read, is there any discussion?
You did pull out 22-183.
183, no.
That's the.
Oh, yes, 82 and 183, no. Oh, wait, I pulled it out, 182 and 183.
Okay.
All right, anybody else?
Could we pull 192 also?
192 is the estimated tax bill. All right, so we're pulling out 192.
Can you also pull out 185, please?
185 is already pulled.
Yeah.
It's already pulled. I pulled it. Anybody else? All right, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman McCann.
Abstain.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Yes.
Councilman
Oh.
Zazinski.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll go in chronological order, 182 and 183. So 182 is, it says 2,000 for the restaurants and 150 for the clubs. But then you separated the other clubs at
We
183.
pulled these because Councilman Pignatelli has to abstain because he's a member.
But they're not on here.
They're separated because he has to abstain for just these two restaurants.
Oh, okay.
Just these two clubs.
But so Elks will be $150?
Yes, yes.
Okay, that's what I just wanted to make sure. All right, so let's do 182. Is there a motion?
And can I, the police are okay, right? I saw the letter, the police are okay with it? and
Yes,
everybody-
yes,
no
that's
issues.
kind of a,
They have to do what investigation, they do their investigation.
and that's a prerequisite before it comes before you.
All right, thank you.
I'll make a motion, Mayor.
All right, second,
Second.
roll call.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman McCann.
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Yes.
Councilman Zazinski.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
Okay, so it was explained to me why, even though the clubs are 150 and the Elks was lumped together with the restaurants, why these are separated, because Councilman Pignatelli is a member of both Knights of Columbus and American Legion and will abstain. So is there a motion for 22-183 for the renewal of the liquor license for these clubs?
I make a motion.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman McCann.
Abstain.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Abstain?
Councilman Saliani.
Yes.
Councilman Sisinski.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
Okay, resolution 22-185 was already pulled, directing the planning board to develop architectural standards for downtown Oakland. Yes, Councilman?
Yes, I just wanted to point out that I actually had a question for the attorney, if we could possibly amend this resolution, or do we need a separate one? I know they've been working on the streetscape plan for the better part of the year. Can we tie this into this so that we can have a final report for both at the same time? Or would that have to be a separate
I
resolution?
mean, you can certainly amend the resolution, but since they are separate and distinct
Okay.
actions, you may want a separate resolution on the streetscape improvement.
All right, that's fine. Then we're okay with this, the way this is right now.
Well,
Thank you.
All right, and the reason why I pulled it out is because when you wrote further resolve, that the planning board should consider, that's very open-ended. Can we tighten the wording?
Well, you can change should to shall.
Shall. I would like that. In legal terms, shall means definitely yes. Would,
Yep.
would anybody be upset? I mean, how do we do this, amended? Can we just,
Just write it in.
Someone could just say amend the resolution,
can't.
say shall, and
I
then.
can't, that's the.
Amend the resolution using shall.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, all in favor on amending the resolution?
Aye.
All right.
Okay, so 22, thank you, everybody. I just thought it was so open-ended that you should consider, the shall consider will force them to consider.
Mm-hmm.
So 22-185 is a resolution directing planning board to develop architectural standards for downtown Oakland. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Roll call.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman
Thank you.
McCann.
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Yes.
Councilman Sisinski.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
All right, resolution was all, 22-192 was pulled out by Councilman Talamini, authorized estimating tax bills.
I just wanted to ask, I mean, we've done this in the past, and have we been pretty much close to the right amount? I mean, are we good at estimating our bills?
We are, especially given where we are in the year. So we know what ours is, we know what the school districts are. We're just waiting on the county. And that's really what's forcing this. They have not adopted, as a matter of fact, they just introduced their budget. So they will not have their budget adopted. They will not have certified tax rates out in time to meet the requirements for the third quarter collection. That's why we're doing this.
Yeah, it's
So,
long.
within, 0.5%, something like that, what they receive in the estimate, it should be really pretty accurate, because 90% of the tax
Almost
levy is
finished.
known.
So, I mean, are people overpaying, or are they underpaying, or? is
We're
it-
trying to, and we provided the calculation that the CFO did. I mean, we think we're pretty well gonna be spot on. It's gonna be a little bit either way ultimately, but it really kind
For the
of,
most part, it works out typically, right?
it works out, and then, the balance of the bills are adjusted accordingly, if it's a little bit high or if it's a little bit low.
Okay, that was it, thank you.
All right, so do you want to make the motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman McCann.
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Yes.
Councilman Sisinski.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
All right, we have ordinances. The first one is introduction of 22 Code 888. This is the River Road stop sign. Is there a motion to introduce?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman McCann.
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Yes.
Councilman Sisinski.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
Final hearing,
June 22nd.
June 22nd, 2022. And this is about the stop sign on River Road. Could you just tell us the exact location for the audience?
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't have my glasses on, I'm like, who are you looking at? It's right at the bend with Spring Street. So it creates a
Everybody
little
knows
dog,
that
it creates a little
crazy-
dog leg.
Yes.
Yep.
Right, like the S intersection. All right, now we have final adoption of 3 ordinances. Each one will be introduced, has been introduced and will be open to the public. The first one is 22 capital 885. It is for capital purchase. Is there a motion to open to the public?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Does anyone wish to speak on this ordinance?
Motion to close? Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Is there anybody wish to make a motion for final adoption?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman McCann.
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Yes.
Councilman Sasinski.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
22886, 2022 is the water capital purchase. Is there a motion to open to the public?
So moved. Second.
All in favor? Does anyone wish to speak? Motion to close.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone wish to make a move for final adoption?
So moved. Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman McCann.
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Yes.
Councilman Sasinski.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
22 Code 887 is to amend the salary ordinance. Is there a motion to open to the public?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Does anyone wish to speak on the salary ordinance amendment? Motion to close.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Does anyone wish to make a motion for final adoption?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman McCann.
Yes.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani. Councilman Sasinski.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
Work session item, proposal for engineering services road program construction inspection. And I see our engineer got up to speak.
If you want, I can just cover it briefly. You have the proposal in your packet. They were previously authorized to develop plans and specifications for this year's road program, which would be approximately $1.5 million. And I'll point out that's one of the larger programs we've undertaken in recent years with a lot of different elements, a lot of roads getting done this year. That's out to bid right now. We take bids later this month, June 16th?
16th.
June 16th. And so we need to have the engineer put under contract to handle the construction inspection and administration portion of the work. So that when the bid's awarded, we can go right to a pre-construction meeting and
All right.
move the project along.
So could you please explain how you decide which roads are going to be this year for 2022? Because people start emailing me, why isn't my road done?
Mayor, if I may, Rich?
Yeah, sure.
What we do is the DPW has the best information that we feel on our roads. They ride the roads every day, they do work every day. We rely heavily on the DPW. The DPW superintendent, with the help of his road superintendent, provides us with a list of what they feel the worst roads in town, ranks them on a scale of, I think it's 1 to 10.
1 to 10.
And we get a list of roads that are typically longer than what we could possibly do in 1 year. I take that list and I provide construction cost estimates for a committee consisting of myself, Rich, and the DPW. And depending on the funding, we basically do the worst roads as ranked by the DPW obviously first, and then we work down the list. And then that list, whatever we don't do that particular year, it gets reconstituted for the list for the next year. It's that simple.
So the decision is not made by any elected official, nobody personal.
That's correct.
It's totally DPW, the engineer, and Mr. Khan. Any questions for our engineer?
Actually, I do.
Yes.
Question, with the price of fuel and inflation taking a bite out of everything, do you expect to still be able to do the same amount of road that you're projecting?
That was part of our analysis. I don't want to speak for Rich, but when we were putting our program together, we were in the inflationary period, and we took that into consideration.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else have questions for our engineer? Then that's it.
Okay, thank you.
You can go back to your corner.
Hopefully facing the audience.
We have new business, and I wanted to bring something up before each of the councilmen speaks. I received a few phone calls from interested parents from Recreation. They cornered me at Fever Pitch last Saturday. And I'm going to read what I received today because he says, this commissioner says it very succinctly and gets to the point. And he says, my name is Steve Catalano. Sorry, Steve. My name is Steve Catalano. I was recently appointed as the Commissioner of Baseball and Football for Oakland. I cannot express how much I love our town and most of all the families that make this such a great place to live. The sole purpose of my accepting these positions was to ensure that our children have the best possible experience playing town sports. Unfortunately, our inability to advertise local business at the rec complex hinders our financial ability to provide the equipment and resources that will allow us to keep up with other towns. As we travel from town to town for various sports, I can't help but recognize that most of them have something in common that sets them apart from Oakland. They have signage on their fences from local businesses. The donations brought on by recognition, such as signs, would help reduce registration costs while also allowing us to provide players with practice clothes and uniforms at little or no cost to the families. If the town does not want signs permanently affixed to the fences, I would be happy, that's Steve is saying this, I would be happy to consider banners that could be put up and removed for games. Almost every other town in our baseball and football league accept donations from local businesses to offset operational costs. I feel it's important to provide Oakland families with the same. And I've received calls and emails, and this is the one memo, and he asked me to read this, and thank you, Commissioner Steve Catalano, for this. I'd like to hear the council's opinion.
Yeah.
Since you have, my children are all older, I'm no longer traveling with the kids and go to other towns. I know, Russ, you do. Can you comment on this, and Steve?
Sure. My opinion is I would love to have the signs on the fields. I think it looks like a baseball field if you have signs on the baseball field. I never understood why we didn't have it. It just, to me, it makes sense. That's America to me. That's when you think about Little League, you think about the signs on the thing. The pizza place. Hit this sign, get a free slice of pizza. Just stuff like that. It makes it fun. It makes the businesses proud to be a part of it and a part of the league. And then they see the kids come into their thing. It just brings the community together. I think it's a great idea. I don't know why.
But I thought we did do that. I thought we did it down by the hockey arena when it was the old one, and then we did it on another field, and we have a policy.
Pat, what you have in place, because Steve contacted and Mike contacted me about this as well, and it's been a while, but what you did was authorize advertising on the scoreboards. And that was to help. That was to help defray the cost of the scoreboards.
Right.
And there was a policy for advertising.
Yes.
Not necessarily what types of advertising, but a methodology there that would encourage competition and give everybody a fair opportunity for those that expressed an interest in
Well, why don't we ask the
paying for it. So that was put in place in 2009.
I just want to echo Russ. I'm sorry, I was going to cut you off before. So. As everyone knows, I came for a commission, and I actually think it's a good thing for us to do. We see it in other towns, right? It can be done tastefully. We can put rules and parameters around it, and we can put limits on the signage so people always get competitive. So everyone can do it, but if it helps us get better facilities, better fields, the rec commission does a lot with little. Right? We are cheaper than all of our towns. We do as much as we can with what we have, and this will help the parents from fundraising themselves, other things, it'll keep the burden off our parents, as well as promoting the community. I think it's time we reconsider this.
Well,
and
when
look
he
how we do
called
it.
me, he said this would save money on buying jerseys, they
Yes.
could get extra
I
equipment.
think we do it up at the high school.
We don't, the high
No,
school.
I mean, I'm in Oakland. I mean,
But
I think they do it at the high school field.
If you go to any field that we play at from town, there's some form of advertising there, right?
I don't have a problem with it.
It's done, as long as you do it tastefully and put rules around it, how signage works, I think it's a no-brainer.
So if I could suggest that the rec commission
Right.
give us a proposal of how they want to do it and suggestions, and then we can discuss it.
Maybe limit the size so that everybody has the same size. Everybody's the same input or whatever.
Alright. And I asked them, I said, if they're banners, who pays for these? They said, the business pays for the banners. Plus,
I mean, Mayor, you
they-
even advertised, we did a fundraiser for when I was running baseball,
Right.
your name was on the fence, we just took it down that weekend, it was for a weekend.
Well, if you hit it,
Even though
you get
you
a free
probably weren't
will, I
supposed
don't think you want to hit the time. But yes, the business would pay for the banner or the sign, and they would pay to have their banner or sign up, and the money would go for the children, which is what we all want.
And it
All
should
right.
be approved. There's the sign, really, they should submit a rendering to them to look
Well, that's
at.
why I said they're gonna send us, I'm gonna ask the rec to send us a proposal.
I mean, I guess we'd have to ask rec if they're for it too.
They are for it.
Okay.
Are they the
But
ones that keep calling me?
The,
Oh, the parents?
the commission?
Yeah, they're the
Rec
ones who keep
commission?
calling me.
Okay.
Yeah, well, we'd be open to the recommendation, right?
Right, so
Right.
we'll ask them to send us a proposal, and then we can go from there.
Right.
With prices, because I have no idea what it costs. No idea. Okay, so anybody else have new business? Old business?
Can I just,
Some business?
yeah, just, Rich, I called you earlier today about the work on Seminole towards the, maybe give a little explanation in case people don't know what's going on.
Sure, John may need you for this as well. PSE&G is going to be undertaking some work to replace gas mains throughout the community. That work will be starting soon. They are supposed to be, in advance of the work starting, providing door hangers and notification to all residents on the affected streets. So that's something that we were very clear about with them. And John, have you gotten any information recently as far as what their schedule is? Because I'm trying to recall
Right
what they may
now,
have submitted already.
they are working on, I believe it's Minnehaha and Winona. They're
Yes, and
expected-
I drove by and I called Rich and I said, what's going on in Minnehaha? You can't go up, the whole thing is blocked off. I'm hoping, I don't know if anybody here lives on Minnehaha, that the PSC&G did notify them.
I'm hoping too.
So,
And we were-
I mean, I'm
We had a
on,
pre-construction meeting with them and we told them it was more than.
Mandatory. They
More
shall.
than extremely.
They shall.
They must.
because
They must.
I'm on Seminole and I noticed this morning that there's flags up and yellow paint, but I didn't have any information, no knocker, no door hanger on my door.
Councilman, was this up past,
On Seminole by Mirror Lake.
by Mirror Lake? Was it near Heights, the entrance to Heights?
No, further down.
Was it near, was that Oswego?
Calumet and Purdue.
Okay, we have a contractor, we have some defective sidewalk, concrete on the new section that they had to
That's
do.
way up there. That's not-
They were supposed to do a mark out for that, so it sounds like it's not that. I'll investigate tomorrow to find out precisely what
Thank you.
that's for.
All right, thank you.
Okay?
Mayor?
Yes.
Just while we have Mr. Ukemic up there, under new business, could you just give us a quick update on Patriots Way Bridge and what's going on with the state inspections?
Yeah, I had submitted in my report today, we had some good news this week. The DOT commissioner reached out to Kevin Boswell and basically advised the borough to submit an application for discretionary aid in the full amount of the superstructure replacement, which is currently right now at $7 million. However, we're redoing the estimate. The commissioner said, make sure you capture all costs that you need to capture, so we will do that.
So my meeting with them when I went was worthwhile.
Yes, it was. So we got that very, very good phone call on Monday. So we're in the process of putting together the discretionary aid application.
You will see on your agenda at the next council meeting, a resolution basically authorizing that grant.
But what did you say about Senator Booker? Ridge?
Oh, because we had filed applications through the member designated project program to Congressman Gottheimer and both Senators Menendez and Booker. The project was not selected by Congressman Gottheimer, but Senators Menendez and Booker did include it on their list of transportation projects to submit to the Senate Appropriations Committee for further consideration. There's a little discrepancy in the amount that each was requesting that we need to get some clarification on, but we thought that that was also encouraging news that just occurred over the last day or so.
In case the audience is not fully aware, Congressman Gottheimer is Congressional District 5. We have been moved out of 5.
We haven't been moved yet, January.
Well, we're moving out of 5. Basically, we're out of 5 right now. You
So
know,
basically,
we
the
talked to
congressman has
them.
dropped us like a hot potato.
Yes, so us and Franklin Lakes, I don't know what other Bergen County towns. So I have been working with Congressman Pasquale. So,
Did I answer your question?
Yes, you did. Thank you, sir.
so
Anything else,
hopefully
Mayor?
he's going to come through. We'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
Thank you.
Am I dismissed?
You dismissed. Go back to the corner.
Thank you.
All right, committee reports. I know you walked in. Do you need a time to take a break or?
I still don't have a committee yet.
Okay.
You will as of tonight.
All right.
That's a good
Councilman Pignatelli.
Kamala?
No, remind,
oh.
no, after, to make sure he gets a committee.
Oh, yes,
Oh, no, so it's Councilman Kamala.
So what are we doing?
Committee reports.
Okay. All right, thank you, Mayor. I just want to once again reiterate what the mayor said about the good work the rec commission did with the fever pitch and the softball, baseball parade. The children really had a wonderful time down there, and it was really special to, after post-COVID, have all the kids get together and, kind of get back to normal. It was fantastic. Also, for the green team, last Saturday, they had the movie in the park, down at Veterans Park. The movie was Happy Feet. It was very well attended by the residents and children. They had their blankets out, chairs. Also, they did have a bunch of electric cars, which was kind of tied into the theme, and it really gave the residents an opportunity to look at different types, different brands, and really kind of explore what's involved with the electrification, in the direction that we're going here. Also, I want to just remind everybody that as the mayor said, the Arts Amble is in Oakland. It's Friday, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., Sunday, 11:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. For more information, just go to artsinoakland.com. That's artsinoakland.com. And they have a special treat for Saturday. They're going to have food trucks down there. So that will be running from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. with food trucks. And I guess I have a little
Is that going to
tease.
be in the parking lot?
Yes, going to be up in the upper parking lot, correct, by the school.
I hope they got their board.
Yeah, I think it's going to be lined up on Vets Drive.
Let's drive, okay.
Okay.
So far they've got Bobo's Cheesesteaks, Conrad's Confectionery, and Y&H Ice Cream Truck so far. So stay tuned as that number begins to grow.
Heart attack waiting to happen.
Let's see, what else do I have here? I don't have a real report from the Rec Commission, but I just want to circle back to this resolution that we passed, 22-185, and why it was so important that we directed the planning board to move forward. What we've really done as a council here for the first time is really put some teeth into the master plan and the planning board. When we didn't look at it, we realized that we didn't even have architectural standards for downtown. By this governing body directing the planning board to come up with some, architectural designs that at least put us in we want the Oakland to at least have some type of uniformity from Franklin Ave all the way to Oak Street. And if you look at it right now, you got the 1950s, you got the 70s, you got the 80s, and there's no uniformity whatsoever with the downtown. And this is a very historic step that we're taking here as a governing body, directing them to do that. And there is a time limit on it where we are requiring the planning board to come back with recommendations within 60 days. So there's also some teeth in this resolution. And that's all I have, Mayor. Thank you so much.
Councilman.
Thank you, Mayor. So for Councilman McCann, we have some council assignments for you.
Excuse me, I'm going to get out my pen and paper.
So Councilman McCann is going to be second chair on finance. It's going to be second chair on public safety. It's going to be liaison to the Communications Commission, liaison to the Flood Commission, and liaison to Access for All. That's for Councilman McCann. For Councilman Eric Kamala. Councilman Kamala has been stepping in lieu of Grant at the Recreation Commission. And to keep up with the continuity, I'd like to ask Councilman Kamala if he would continue for the rest of the year for the Recreation Commission. All right? For senior citizens. Okay, for senior citizens, senior citizen newsletter. For the
Oh, I was
podiatrist.
gonna say you're senior citizens
Yes,
liaison.
yes.
Yeah, okay.
For podiatry, we are merging our 2 podiatry sessions into one. The next session is scheduled for July 1st. If you'd like to see the podiatrist, please call the office. Lunch and movie day, Thursday, June 16th at 12 p.m. Hot dogs and popcorn and snacks. And the movie provided is going to be Jockey. So please RSVP if you'd like to be there so that they can order enough food.
What time?
12 p.m., 12 o'clock, noon. Bingo, it's going to be Thursday, June 2nd. Oh, we passed that up. This is the 7th. Here's one of my favorites. 4th of July, root beer floats. I can't wait. I love root beer. I love ice cream. I'll probably be first in line, or second. Anyway, Thursday, June 30th, 12 noon. Please RSVP. Masks are no longer required at the senior center. However, you are more than welcome to wear one if you would prefer. We ask that anyone who's not feeling well to please stay home. If you're exhibiting any symptoms of COVID-19, please call your healthcare provider. If you have any questions, please reach out to us at 201-405-7731 or seniors@oakland-nj.org. The Board of Health, the next meeting will be June 21st. The Planning Board meeting is the 9th, which is
Tomorrow night,
right? And the Environmental Commission is on the 14th of June. And I believe that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I'll see you at lunch and learn and lunch and movie and reviews, all right? Okay, Councilman.
Yes. I was sorry that I had to miss the fever pitch event, but I was at a baseball event. That seems to be my life right now. I go from one baseball game to another baseball game.
And you see advertising.
And I see advertising,
Okay.
plenty of advertising. But from what I heard, the fever pitch went very well, and everybody was just really appreciative of being able to do it again. Thank you to the Rec Commission, and thank you to the Public Events for that. Without the volunteers, we wouldn't be able to do anything. And again, thank you to Maine for the parade, the Memorial Day parade. It went off great. We had a beautiful day. The mayor didn't have a ride, but...
Your daughter was very nice walking with me.
No problem.
She was going to hold my hand. I didn't wear the right shoes. I thought it was going to be in a car.
But that went off very well, and looking forward to doing it again next year. The carnival, just the dates again are June 15th, 16th, 17th, and 18th. On Wednesday, it starts at 6, ends at 10. Thursday starts at 6, ends at 10. Friday starts at 6, ends at 11. And on Saturday, it starts at 5, ends at 11, but it opens an hour earlier for the Access for All people that signed up. That's really great. I'm very, very happy that we were able to.
Do you know if they're going to be opening the booths, the clubs?
I'm not sure about that, but.
I don't know.
Some? Yeah, so, they'll do what they can, I'm sure. And so there's still pre-purchasing. You could do that at the Borough Hall, at Remax, and at Real Brave in the Copper Tree. For Monday through for Wednesday through Thursday, it's $30, and for Friday and Saturday, they're $35 a piece. That's it. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilman?
Thank you, Mayor. Water and sewer updates. Decommissioning of the 3 sanitary sewer treatment plants. Work is scheduled to begin next week at the railroad crossing on Ramapo Valley Road, where a pipe will be installed under the track. Warning signs are being installed this week at the railroad crossing. PFAS compounds treatment at the 3 water production wells. The New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection is reviewing our submission for a permit. Boswell has answered some minor comments. Full comments are expected by the end of the month. The borough is currently investigating grant opportunities. Let's see, the backup generator at the Soons Field pumping station. Boswell is preparing specifications for a new generator. The project is expected to be advertised for bids next week to be received in early July. The overlook water storage tank and anode protection. The tank is possibly due for a repainting. Boswell and Oakland DPW are investigating. My update on the library, as already been mentioned, this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the library is hosting the Bergen Arts Amble. Let's see, and then also on Thursday, June 16th, they will be having the guest speaker who will give a presentation on slavery in New Jersey. And also on June 24th, they will have Bill Urbolino on stage. The event is fully booked, but all are encouraged to put their names on the waiting list as there are always cancellations. I'll also have more about the summer reading programs for the next meeting.
Thank you.
That's it.
Councilman?
Thank you, Mayor. So start real quick with Bush Plaza. So Bush Plaza, the bid was submitted for the Bush Plaza for our grant. We're waiting for that funding. We're getting October. In the interim, we're taking some steps. We're going through what we can. We're working with the engineering company, Boswell, to provide a survey of the land. That's in progress. Thank you, Rich, for helping us coordinate that. We're also working with DPW on getting water to the location. And we will also be looking how to get our fundraising platform ready together, and that's in progress. So once that's done, we'll be reporting to everyone how we can fundraise and help the project move forward. Shade Tree, we had a meeting Wednesday, not much, just besides normal shade tree activity. Just real quick stats. For the month of May, there was 24 permits filed. We removed 43 trees, 5 complaints. So just so everyone knows, on the weekends, if you're taking down trees, you can't, there's a noise ordinance of 85 decibels, you can't exceed that. Also, if you're taking a tree down, please make sure you've contacted the Shade Tree Commission. There was several instances over the last couple of months where people were calling the commission. There were people taking down trees, they weren't following the process of getting inspected. There were some 18 dead trees in town. They issued 4 summonses. And for DPW, there's no report, but I do want to say thank you for everything they've done for Fever Pitch, for everything they're going to be doing next week with the carnival. Sometimes it gets overlooked how everything always looks good, it's cleaned up. And I just want to thank DPW for all the work they do. And for them, this is the busiest 2 weeks they have of the year. Well, they're always busy, but these 2 weeks are busy, just like it was any other week. And they do a lot of overtime.
And
these
it's
weeks.
additional to their regular workday, so they really work hard.
I mean, for the baseball parade, 6:30 in the morning, they were out there already.
Right, I'm just gonna say that. They're out there right after sunrise, working.
So I just
They really
want to
did a
thank them
great
for all the
job
work
with
they do.
DPW, the whole crew.
I just wanted to announce that, I'm sorry, were you finished?
I was done. Everyone cut me off tonight, man.
Oh, keep talking.
No, we're good.
Oh, okay, okay. I had a meeting today with it's called the Community of Commerce, which we're trying to become Chamber of Commerce and make it a viable organization. So if you have any input, if you're a business owner and you want, please, we have to get this going. I met with them early this morning, and we're going to get this going for the businesses, especially if we're going to do the downtown. We want their input. We want to bring more businesses into town. We want to make this vibrant going for businesses. And with that,
Just, Mayor, one thing I
Yeah.
forgot, I just wanted to, I found out when I walked in that former Councilman Van Eck, his wife gave birth to
Yes.
twin
Oh,
boys, I think, right?
I have the pictures. 6 pounds. Each
So-
boy is over 6 pounds.
I just wanna
That's
say-
unheard of for twins.
Just wanted to say congratulations.
Yes.
And thank you for
If anybody wants to
serving.
see, I have the pictures. They're adorable.
Good job, guys.
Thank you for saying that. Yeah, he's happy. And he looks good.
He didn't have to be.
Yeah, you have a baby, right, you're right. I forgot, we do all the work. Motion open to the public.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone wish to speak? No one wants to speak tonight. Motion to close.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Bills to be paid. Councilman?
Bills to be paid, $228,128.79. So moved.
Second.
As long as you read the bills list,
Yes.
you can vote. Roll call.
Councilman Kamala.
Yes.
Councilman McCann.
Abstain.
Councilman Pignatelli.
Yes.
Councilman Saliani.
Yes.
Councilman Sosnowski.
Yes.
Councilman Talamini.
Yes.
Motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next meeting is June 22nd, right here in Council Chambers. Be safe, and we'll see you at the carnival. And first we'll see you at Ensemble, then the carnival. Good night. Are they gonna close 2 on 2?